Okay guys, let's introduce the teams for this new season first. So Nick Hash and Callum Paul Banks will be in two black Mazda Attenders with the Jack Daniels sponsorship, so watch out for them this season. Then next up we have TY92 and Seek 1, both in the BMW M4s for this season. That should be a good team. Next up we have the two Audi TTs in Spitfire liveries with Neil Farmack and Stacker SI at the helm. Then the next team we have Jamo 1098 and Rodders 150 in the Tide sponsorship Lexus RCFs. Then we have Firepower 2708 with Task 1 in the Subarus. They should be a formidable force, especially when it comes to the tight circuits. And then running on his own this season is Bidzster, so watch out for him in the orange and black Scirocco. Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for a new season on GT Sport. This is season 3 and this is going to be the LPB WTCR series. So this is a replica of the WTCR Championship in real life, the World Touring Car Championship. So we are here at Willow Springs for the first of 3 races tonight. So this is round 1, race 1. We're getting ready for a start. TY is on pole from Bidzster. We'll go through the teams as we go through the race, but TY in the BMW team is on the front row with Bidzster. Then it's Callum in 3rd in the Mazda, Neil 4th in the Audi. So we're getting ready for a start this season off. Waiting for the lights to go out. Off we go! Looks like a decent start for Callum. Obviously the front wheel drive car of Bidzster, not a good start, and neither is the Audis, but everyone's streaming down towards turn 1. As we go around turn 1, TY's in the lead. Callum, Bidzster, Seek and Jamo side by side. Brilliant stuff here. Seek 1 and Neil Farmack's back in the mix now that Audi's got going off the line. So Seek 1 and TY are teammates in the Jägermeister BMWs. Everyone got for their own liveries this season, so, not their own livery, but the team liveries. Bidzster's independent, he's 3rd in the Scirocco. As we look at Seek 1 going through there, pressuring Jamo. Neil Farmack's got going now as Firepower there in 7th place in the Subaru with his teammate Task 1 in 9th place in the other Subaru. And then Rodders in 8th, whose teammate is Jamo. They're in the Lexuses. So BMW in the lead, followed by Mazda, VW, Lexus, BMW, Audi, Subaru. Good to see different manufacturers in this season. So we all got picked a GR4 car at random, and then we have to run with it for the entire season. As I think we just saw someone make a mistake back there. I think that was Firepower making a mistake onto the dirt, and Rodders gets a good run. That Lexus has got some good top end speed. It's got the most power compared to the others, but it is heavy. Oh, Nick Hash is on the line. Nick Hash is stuck on the grid. He's had that Gran Turismo Sport glitch again with the service, so not good for Gran Turismo Sport. They need to sort that out. As we look further back, we've got Task 1, Rodders, and the two teammates pass each other. So Task 1 passes Firepower going backwards there. As now we look up further up front, Jamo under pressure from Seat 1 there. So this is a 15 lap race based on 20 minutes of length. So 3 races this time in a round, not 4, like it was in the last championship. So Callum, the defending champion, is pressurising TY for the lead. And then we've got Seek 1 alongside Jamo trying to go for a move, but no way through there. Neil Farmack in 6th place right behind him in the Audi. The Audi's got some good top end speed and a good acceleration and cornering. It's quite a good all-round car really. Bidzster there in 3rd place. And now in this season, cars have got to run TY's gone off, and I can tell you why. He's had to quit the race because unfortunately he's not feeling very well at all. So unlucky for TY, hats off for him for trying, but unfortunately TY not able to continue further in this round. So hopefully we'll see TY next time, so get well soon TY. We'll hope to see you back next time at Red Bull Ring. As you see, Neil Farmack passed the BMW on the straight, the Audi with some serious top end speed there. Seat 1 has a look into turn 1, but no way through. Further back, the Subarus are battling. Task 1 and Firepower, you can see there from the panoramic shot that we get there. Task 1 stood in front of Firepower. Stacker looking for a way through as well. Stacker is teammates with Neil in the Audi there. There he is, running some glorious Spitfire colours. So wrong team, but it's a German car with Spitfire colours. A bit of a unique blend, but it looks good. It looks really good. As we look at Jamo ahead of Neil, So again, cars running quite close there. In this championship, you have to run the softer compound tyre, which is the super soft or the soft tyre, for 2 races, and then you have to run the medium or the hard for 1 race. It's up to you when you want to do it. Just add a bit more strategy into it. So we'll go through the tyres in a little bit as Neil Farmack goes off the track. A little error there onto the dirt. He's rally crossing in that TT now. He's going to come back on where the Subarus are, is he? Yep, just gets on back in front of Firepower there as Firepower slows down for a little penalty. He's accumulated there as Stacker then can now see his teammate, and both of them sandwiching that Subaru. The Subaru not the fastest car down the straight, as you can probably see back there. Stacker pulling right alongside that Subaru. The Subaru doesn't have much top end speed, but it's got the brakes and the cornering, as we can see there. Firepower so late on the brakes and able to keep alongside. Side by side as Jamo's off. Jamo's gone off. We didn't see what happened to Jamo, but we'll get a replay on it. Okay, here's a replay of what happened on lap 4 to Jamo. So coming into the first corner, seat 1's up the inside. Jamo gives him space, and then Jamo hits the white line in the sand, and then bang, hits seat 1, spins himself round. So yeah, Jamo just made his own mistake there. Seat 1 very lucky to continue where he was, and then Jamo waits for a gap in the traffic and rejoins. So as we come back from that replay, Callum in the lead by a sizable margin now. A good margin for Callum in the lead. He's got a good, I would say a good 6 seconds over the next car, which is Bidzster, who's just coming out that previous corner there. So Bidzster back there, and then seat 1, 3rd place. Rodder's 4th. He's the highest Lexus now after we saw that what happened to Jamo. So Task 1 there in 5th place. He's behind him in the Subaru. The Subaru not really suited to this track very well. It's all right in the middle sector, but the first and last sector it loses out on speed quite a lot. But again, later on in the season, when we get to tracks like Brands Hatch, or we get to tracks like Interlagos or Suzuka, that will be when the Subaru will shine. So it's just got to wait for it as we got a car off in front. Bidzster's off. Bidzster's gone off. Bidzster makes a mistake there, so we'll get a replay on that. Here's a replay of what happened to Bidzster. So going towards the last corner, see the 200 markers missing, and then he just misses his braking point and just slides off the track. Just human error, and then tries to get the car back on track, just trying to get the car off the sand, heads towards the pit lane where there's tarmac, just letting people go past him to rejoin, and then we rejoin, and then Firepower will just pass us here. So as we come back from Bidzster's excursion there, he's about to get passed by, well, might even get passed by Stacker and Firepower on the straight. So he's got passed by Firepower. He's back down to 7th place after that. So not good for Bidzster there. As we go back to Task 1, and Neil Farmack's back in the hunt now. Neil Farmack and the Audi back in the hunt, waiting to see if he can get a gap past Task 1. So I'm just going to show you something here, guys. Just going to quickly go to the live timing, and we can see here the cars that are running what tyres. So you can see that Task 1 is on the mediums, and Bidzster and Stacker and Jamo. So we've got a few cars on the mediums there. As we go down the hill. Oh, Firepower's gone off. We missed that. Firepower's gone off. We'll get a replay on that. Okay, here's a replay to see what happened to Firepower. So we're looking at Bidzster and Firepower here. So going into this next corner, Bidzster goes to the inside, and plenty of room. Then Firepower just gets a bit startled by that and goes off onto the dirt. But as we come back from that, let's have a look further back. We've got Jamo and the new guy Marcos Milo, but he's not doing too well at this point. He's got Jamo right behind him, so we'll have to see what happens here. Jamo might be able to pull alongside as we look into the car, and Task 1's gone off now. Another incident. So again, we'll get more replays. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to Task 1 on lap 5. So he's behind Neil, going down to this next corner, and then just goes too wide, pulls out from behind Neil, goes too wide, and then takes himself off onto the sand. Replays. So as we come back, seat 1 into 2nd place, Rodder's in 3rd. Just shows you what happens when you keep out of trouble. Rodder's in 3rd place, doing very well in the Tide Lexus. And then we've got the Spitfire colours of the Audi in 4th place. So just to run you back through the teams then, so we've got Callum and Nick Hash, but unfortunately Nick Hash not able to run in this race due to connection difficulties, so Callum on his own. for that team. So they are Team Jack Daniels, because they've got Jack Daniels on their car. As we try and zoom in from the helicopter camera when it comes through. So it's a bit of a weird camera angle, that one. As we try and get another camera angle. There we go, we won't be able to see it this time. We'll zoom in. There we are, there's the Jack Daniels car. So Jack Daniels in the lead. And then we've got the Jägermeister car of Seek 1 and TY, but unfortunately again TY unable to continue in this race. And then we've got the Tide Lexus of Rodders and Jamo, and then the Spitfire Audi of Neil and Stacker. And then we've got Bidzster on his own. He's independent this season, so Bidzster independent in his own colours for well, you can sort of call it the KFC GoPro car, because that's what he's got on the side. His GoPro main sponsor, and then KFC, so GoPro KFC car. Stacker again. Then we've got Firepower and Task 1 in the Hoppy Subaru. Hopefully not living up to the name of Hoppy, because otherwise they'll be rallycrossing everywhere, but we'll see what happens over the course of the season. So yep, Seek 1 there, we're going around in second place, Neil Farmack third, Rodders in fourth. What I'm going to do for this one, guys, is I'm going to put the actual display of all up, so you can see the revs, the speed, and also more importantly the tyre compound and the status of the tyres, which will be good for this season, so you can see what people are doing. We look at Seek 1 there in second place, and Neil Farmack in third, Bidzster in fifth. Bidzster catching up here, so those mediums are holding up well on Bidzster's car. There he goes. There's Rodders. What we'll do, guys, I just thought we'll get rid of that, because I don't want to give away information of the people's tyre wear for over the championship, so it will not be fair. So we've only had a little glimpse there. But what I'll do is I'll come up with a way of showing you what tyres people are on before the start of the race, which will be handy. As we go down the straight, then Bidzster catching up to Rodders, and then we've got Neil Farmack and Seek 1 side by side towards turn 1. The side by side. As they go into turn 1, Seek 1 gets the inside line and goes through. Neil's going to have to be a bit more patient as they kick up the dust for Bidzster kicks up even more dust as we go through turn 1. Seek 1, Neil Farmack still together. Neil Farmack in that Audi looking like he's going to attack Seek 1 here. As we go down to the next corner, into the complex section, this is where the front wheel drive is quite good. You see there, look at the turning that Neil Farmack's got here, and then round here. Again, Neil can close right up, but then this is where the rear wheel drive will come through good down here. Just nice, it makes the car nice and stable round this corner, and then out, fire the car out. You see how Seek 1 pulls a tiny bit of a gap there, but Neil Farmack is in the draft, he's not giving up. As you look at Rodders and Bidzster, they're close together as well, and then we've got Stacker and Firepower, they're quite close together as well. So Stacker into 6th place, a really good showing here by Stacker. He's well improved for this season, and I can say that Firepower is as well. Firepower is literally on fire with his pace at the minute, doing very well indeed. So looks like LPB Racing is about to get a lot more competitive this season as we go across down towards the line. Callum's already across the line, he's already halfway towards turn 2, as we've got Neil Farmack and Seek 1 side by side, and then further back we've got Bidzster attacking Rodders as well. Seek 1 on the inside of Neil retains the position, and then we've got Rodders and Bidzster in the background. Rodders goes wide, Bidzster goes to the outside. Bidzster goes to the outside. Will he be able to carry the speed round, or will Rodders be able to keep the position? Bidzster's going to try round the outside, and he's through. Bidzster's through, so Bidzster round the outside of Rodders then into 4th place. So Bidzster on the move. Seek 1 still trying to defend from Neil Farmack here. Good racing this between everyone. As we look through this tight section, this is where the front wheel drive will close up, but then this is where the rear wheel drive will be good down the hill to get more traction, and then down through this corner as well, a bit more traction, and then fire it out onto the straight. So good job here as Callum goes round in the lead, and the Jack Daniels car there looks a nice car, that. So Seek 1 still under pressure from Neil here. Will he ever go into the last corner? He's having to think about it. Oh, I thought he was going to go for a move there, but no way through. As he closes up right round that corner. The front wheel drive is so good round these fast corners. And then remember that also, guys, this is the only race of the season where no one is running weight on the cars. This is the only race of the season where everyone is even on weight. So it'll be a good indicator for the season. It looks like Callum's already got the pace. As Neil Farmack gets through into second place on the straight, so Neil Farmack into second place, Seat 1 down to third, and look who it is, Bidzster's closing up as well, and Rodders is going with him. So Rodders being pulled along by Bidzster there. Meanwhile, we've got Stacker in 6th, Firepower 7th, Task 1 8th, his teammate in obviously 8th place, and then Jamo closing up in 9th, he's closing up from the back. So remember, we've got a few cars on medium tyres in this race as well to watch out for, as we look at Neil Farmack and Seat 1 still quite close together as they come through this corner here. This is where the rear wheel drive will be good, but he just gets a bit too much curb there and not able to close up enough. We'll just have a quick brief look at what tyres people are on again. So remember guys, we've got plenty of super soft and softs out there, but we've got Bidzster on the mediums, Stacker on the mediums, Task 1 and Jamo. So they're the cars to watch out for on the medium tyres. They'll be good towards the end of the race, because the super soft and the soft tyres will start to go off a little bit. Definitely the super soft tyres will go off, but the soft tyres might just hold up, we'll have to see. As we go around the last corner, Neil Farmack and Seek 1 quite close together. There's Bidzster in 4th place, and then Rodders going through in 5th across the line. Some weird camera angles on this track, but then Seek 1 and Neil go through the turn 1. Still trying to trump each other on lap times at the minute, but Bidzster's closing up. There he is in the Scirocco independent team, independent car, number 22. Obviously he lost his number 1 from last season, because the number 1 is on this guy's car, Callum. Callum runs the number 1 this season because he was the champion last season, and he did very well to do so, and let's see if he can retain that championship this season. As we look at Neil Farmack, Seat 1 and Bidzster, because Bidzster's joined the fray now. Bidzster definitely in this pack. As we go over the brow of the hill, down onto the back straight, down towards the very long and fast second to last turn, flat out through here, and then round this last corner. You've got to be really careful how you put the throttle on. Let's go on board with Seek 1, and look, there's Bidzster behind us. So watch here, we'll see how fast the front wheel drive car is round the corner. So he gets a good run onto the straight. In fact, it was quite equal that time actually. I was expecting the front wheel drive to be a bit quicker, but obviously not. So we'll just go back and have a look at these other battles back here. Stacker, Firepower and Task 1, as they all come around the last corner in the draft of each other. And Jamo's closed up onto the back of these boys as well, and that Lexus is so fast in a straight line, it's unreal. There's Task 1 there with a tiny bit of damage, but nothing to be worried about, because obviously it's on cosmetic damage, as Gran Turismo usually is. We go around the really long, fast second corner, as we've got Bidzster all over the back of Seat 1 here. So Bidzster closes up to Seat 1. Seat 1 makes a little mistake there. Bidzster will close right up. He's going to have to set himself up for another corner here, right behind Seat 1. As we have a quick look back at this battle going into the top end of the circuit. Firepower and Task 1 with Jamo having a little look up the inside. I think that was Firepower making a little mistake in front. His teammate closes up, but no way through down here. And then onto the back straight. This is where Jamo will have the power, but we'll just quickly go back to the Seat 1 Bidzster battle as Bidzster goes to the inside. Bidzster goes to the inside on the long corner. Oh, what a move! Gets the move done and passes Seat 1 on the inside of that long last corner. Very brave stuff indeed. We'll get a replay on that to see how he did it. Okay, here's a replay on board with Bidzster to see how he got past Seat 1. So going down to this corner here, you'll see Seat 1 go to the inside, and as he moves to the outside, Bidzster switches lines and onto the brakes and relies on the Scirocco's amazing long corner speed, and then gets through. So as we come back from that, back to this battle, Stacker in front, Firepower, and then Jamo's past Task 1. We thought he would on speed, as Task 1 trying to get right behind him in that draft, trying to get all the speed he can down the straight. As we go on board with Firepower and we look back, there's Jamo coming alongside us. There he is, he's about to go past. Jamo goes through. Oh no, we've gone a bit wide and his teammate's gone through as well. So now it's Task 1 attacking Jamo. We're quickly back to the next battle. So Bidzster and Seat 1 still close together. But Bidzster pulling Seat 1, trying to pull Seat 1 up to Neil Farmack now. There's Stacker on his own, and there's these lot here, or not on his own, because he's got Jamo bearing down on him. I do apologise. We've got Task 1 attacking Jamo through here. This is where the Subaru shines through this section, but this is the only section where the Subaru can shine, because then as soon as it gets onto these straights, the Lexus will open up all that 415 horsepower and pull away. So the Subaru, the second least powerful car on the grid. Sorry, the third least powerful car, but obviously because it's four-wheel drive as well, but not good on the straight, the Subaru. Again, when it comes to the tighter tracks in the latter half of the season, that'll be when it shines as Jamo closes right up to Stacker here. Round that last corner, onto the back straight, onto the front straight, sorry, down to the next corner. Look at the overspeed of Jamo in that Lexus, straight past that Audi TT. But then the Audi into the corner will be very good, but Stacker has to give best to Jamo. He got alongside on the inside and through he goes. So Jamo up to 6th place, Stacker down to 7th. Let's see if he can stay with Jamo throughout the duration of the race. Meanwhile, there's Neil Farmack and there's Bidzster. He's closing up. That's Scirocco, the lightest car on the grid. It's the least powerful. It's got about 40 horsepower less than the rest of the other cars, but it's about 150 kilos lighter on average. So that is a good combination to have for Bidzster. He's got a light car, but it's not as much power, so in a straight line that car will suffer probably more than the Subarus, but around the corners it is really good. As we go into the last corner, Bidzster goes through, tries to close up to Neil Farmack as we're approaching the last lap now, so last lap time as we look at Callum. He's going round in first place, so Callum still in the lead of this race, doing 1:17s, very consistent lap times there from Callum, showing exactly what he means to do for the championship, asserting his dominance with that number 1 on his car. Meanwhile, number 12 and number 22, they're both battling. Neil 12, Bidzster 22, round that second corner, right behind each other. We go down to the complex section, very close indeed, up over the hill. This little complex section through this right-hander and then shoot down the hill. This is where the Audi will have a bit more power over the VW. So the Audi with 25 or 30 more horsepower than the Scirocco, so Bidzster's going to have to really try and get in that draft here, but I don't know if anything can be done. Meanwhile, here's Callum. He's approaching, he's going around the last corner. We're just going to quickly look back to this battle because I thought we saw some passes. Stacker's gone backwards a little bit as well. But meanwhile, there's the checkered flag. Callum wins the opening race of the WTCR series by LPB Racing. Well done to Callum, he wins. And then Bidzster closes right up to Neil on the last corner, but can't get close enough. Neil's going to take second place from Bidzster. So that's the podium finishes. Seat 1 in a well-deserved 4th, a good showing for him. Rodders is going to come across the line in 5th, just shows you what happens when you keep out of trouble. So Rodders in 5th place. Jamo's going to come across the line in 6th, providing no mistakes are made here. Then it's got Task 1, then we've got Stacker and Firepower coming towards the line as well. So Jamo finishes in 6th place. Task 1 is going to be 7th. Oh, it's going to be Stacker in 7th. Just gets him on the line. Just the power of that Audi TT gets him on the line. Then it's Task 1 and Firepower. And then it's going to be the new guy, Marco Milo. He's going to be in 10th position, unlucky for TY as a retirement and Nick Hash unable to start. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, just before we show you those points, I'm just going to show you a few things that happened on that last lap. So you see Stacker here passing Task 1 on the straight, but watching to this first corner, look at the braking of that Subaru right round the outside of the Audi. Fantastic move there from Task 1. And then here's another one of when they got across the line. So watch the run that the Audi TT on board with Stacker here gets through this last corner. A perfect run through that corner, and obviously the overspeed of the Audi. Task 1 keeps to his side of the road, and then Stacker just goes, thank you very much, I'll take that place on the line. Okay guys, here's the results from that then. So Callum takes the victory in that one. Good victory there for Callum, and then a really close finish at the end between Neil and Bidzster, just in Neil's favour. And then it's Seek 1 in 4th. Rodders finishes in 5th position. 6th place is his teammate Jamo. Then 7th is Stacker. 8th is Task 1. Firepower finishes in 9th. And then Marco Milo in 10th. And then TY unfortunately not finished in 11th. And then fastest lap to Neil Farmack is 1:16.2. So as you come back from the results then, there's your winner, Callum. There he is in the Jack Daniels Mazda Atenza. I had to think about that then. Yeah, in the Jack Daniels Mazda Atenza. So well done to Callum, he wins the first race. And we'll see you guys for race 2. Take care.